I'm just a dumb fucker dump trucking. That's what I'm doing. Welcome to Kletus Roadside Service. I finally got to do my dump trucking. Does it come without complaints? No, nothing comes without complaints from me. I gotta complain a little bit, sometimes a lot of bit. Uh, Complaints today, not too many. Well, I mean, we'll get into it. Last night, I didn't get home until 11. That was late. That was a late night. Which is weird getting older. Uh, like the last time I was not at my house at 11 p.m. was, I don't even know when. Other than like staying at hotels and stuff, but that doesn't count. But getting home at 11 p.m. blows, dude, because I have a routine. Not really a routine, but it's just like I like to decompress for a while and scroll the internet, play with the kids, hang out with the wife, and then after the kids go to bed around 8:39, that's when I get to sit down and I get to relax, decompress, or play video games, something by myself most of the time, where I get to do whatever I want to do. And I didn't get to do that last night. Well, I'm not complaining about it, Luke. You guys heard that podcast. Um, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, I got home and I ate. I didn't eat either, but I did have like a couple slices of pizza at the shop. So I had noticed it. So we had pizza on the job site, and then they also had bought pizza for some reason at the shop. And yeah, this pizza has been sitting out for a while. Probably not a great idea. It was Pizza Hut. But I decided to go ahead and throw some in the microwave, which I'm kind of glad I did, just to kind of hold me over a little bit. But I don't know, man, yesterday was wild with how many different times I wanted to consume food. Because usually it's like lunchtime, I dip all the way from early in the morning until lunchtime. I have a dip in, I take it out, I eat my food quickly, put another dip in, leave that one in usually until about 3 o'clock. I don't know why. There's something psychological going on there. But I look at the clock, I'm like, oh, it's 3 o'clock. And then all of a sudden it's like, I need to swap out my dip. I don't eat, though. I just take the old dip out, put a new one in, and keep on going with my day. Everything's fine. Um, and then, run that until I get home, eat dinner, take it out, eat dinner, and then throw another one in before bed. I mean, yeah, my chewing, I chew a lot, a lot. What is that? That's 4 dips a day, but that's over a full can, a little bit over a full can, not much over a full can, but a little bit over a full can. Not a big deal, I don't think. I mean, I leave it in all fucking day long. I don't know. It's probably not healthy. It's really probably not. I mean, I'm over here talking about tobacco, and yeah, no, it's not healthy, obviously. But I don't know if a steady stream of nicotine flowing into my body, pretty much every minute of my waking hours. I don't know. That might be a little. They might need to study my brain when I pass. Be like, what the fuck did this do? But I mean, I've been doing it for a very long time. I think I mean, not every single day, but pretty fucking close to every fucking day since I was, let's just round up and say 16. Every single day since I was 16, I've had nicotine every day, and but there's been more years of me dipping every waking minute of the day. So I don't know. I am, yeah. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm addicted to it. If it's, but is it causing problems? Not really. My teeth, I mean, they're not in great shape, but I have no pain. I have no gum issues. There's no like weird stuff going on. I feel fine. I mean, I don't know. I guess this is what fine feels like, but I don't know if if I quit, fine would feel even better. I don't know. But anyways, I'm not even over here talking about dipping. Yesterday, the thing is that I for some reason the first dip of the day didn't wasn't going well, so I had to take it out, throw another one in, and then I get to where I think I'm going to eat lunch, take that one out, eat lunch, start to eat lunch, and then they're like, "Hey, we got to go work," and it didn't make no sense to me. I was just like, why can't we take 5 minutes so I can eat two hard-boiled eggs, a couple of beef sticks? Like, what is the rush right here? Why are we moving around? It's like, how can you leave me the fuck alone for 5 minutes, please? That's what I wanted to say to everybody, because I just thrown the dip out, and they're like talking about going straight back to work, which is fine. So that's what I did. I just ate a few pork rinds, and I went right back to work, and threw another dip in. And then I go down there. I'm down there for like, I don't know, an hour maybe, with a fresh dip in. And the guy shows up and he's got pizzas. And I'm like, well, I'm going to eat some fucking pizza. So I take the dip out to eat the pizza while it's hot, because it was a little cold yesterday. Not that cold, but cold enough that a hot pizza ain't going to be hot for too long. So I just got honked at by my other dump truck driver. Take the dip out, eat the pizza, put the dip back in, and then I don't know. I don't know. I chewed way too much yesterday. I used way too much, and I buy a certain amount to last me until next payday, as long as I keep on the fucking system I got. But man, this place is weird. I almost ran over this guy earlier. He's just walking around, like, you could walk along the edge of the property here. He likes to just walk through the middle of where all the trucks are going. Earlier, he had a jug of water on him, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he just popped out of nowhere because I was waiting to turn, and then a truck had passed, and then I started to go, and then he's standing right there. I was like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing in the middle of the parking lot? This is a scrapyard, by the way. It's a big scrapyard. You got trucks coming in, trucks going out, machinery moving around, big dump trucks. We got the derailment over here. We got all kinds of shit going on. And this guy, just wearing all gray, like gray pants, gray shirt, sunglasses, and a hat, just wants to walk around the gray parking lot. And then it's my problem if he gets hit. I don't fucking know. Another thing about the scrap yards, before I forget, because I keep wanting to talk about it, is, man, it is so sad to see. I mean, maybe it shouldn't be sad, but to me, I don't know. I'm a sucker for older vehicles and shitty vehicles. I'm a sucker for them. And man, it's heartbreaking seeing these trucks come in, and it's like, that is a 76 Ford Highboy, four-wheel drive, and it just flattened in between a couple of Buicks. I don't give a fuck about the Buicks, the Cavaliers, all the little tiny fucking disposable cars and shit. This road is going to be bumpy, so sorry about this. my voice is not going to be very smooth like it normally is. Anyways, it's so sad to see these old trucks, and it's like, dude, I don't know how much you are getting for scrapping that truck right there, but it's like, I got $6 in my pocket. I'll give you $6. You don't even have to go through all that process. Just let me know where are these trucks getting smashed. And then, I mean, I do have a soft spot for the 90s trucks also, like 90s Chevys. And I mean, I see those all the time. And earlier today, I was just like, I wonder how many across the United States, how many 90s Chevy trucks are brought to the scrapyard every single day. I know they made millions of them. But if, I don't know, I don't even know what the number would be. Let's say 100 190 Chevy trucks get smashed and chewed up every single day since 1990. Well, maybe not 1990. Let give them 7 years, or 10 years. 10 years. So since 2000, which were 20 some years of 100 of them getting smashed every day. That's a lot of trucks for a scrap price. And I'm not saying they're all great and they're all worth it. There are definitely some out there that are like, those are not worth anybody's time. They are scrap. But oh, I've seen some clean beds, clean hoods, clean doors, rust-free cabs. I've seen the stuff going in there, and it's like, man, dude, I'll give you $30 for that, please. And the cash for clunkers was a horrible fucking time for somebody like me. And that's just the 90s or 90s trucks that a lot of people, yeah, they are kind of, they're abundant. You're never going to be short of parts for them, but Jesus, I don't know, man. I really need to create my farm. I need to buy a bunch of fucking land with other land around it that I can purchase in the future and just fill it up with all these old trucks. I'll be like, hey, I'll pay you $2 over scrap price. Bring it here. I'll come pick it up. And just have a field full of 90s, well, just Chevy trucks in general, just all of them. But I give it 10 years before they started scrapping them, because now I'm starting to see like 2008, 2013s. I'm starting to see those coming in here to the scrap yards, which they fucked up on the metal on those things, because I've seen a lot of them rusted the fuck out. And, 8 years ago, I saw one that was rusted out completely. The whole bed was done. But in reality, there's nothing I can do about it. There is nothing I can do about it. It's the way the world is going to go. You can't save them all. But look at my house. I've got a square body and a 90s Chevy, 92, sitting there, which it would not be crazy to think that somebody would scrap that 79, because it's really rusted out. And also would be crazy for the 92 to get scrapped, which I think is fucking insane, but it does have a lot of body rust. And it looked like fucking hell when I got it. It looks like hell right now, but I plan on getting that kind of fixed up. But all right, what does he say? He got me lunch. Somebody got me lunch. That is wonderful. All right, he's pulling over. He's pulling over. Yeah, I'm driving through these muddy roads. They're putting gravel down now, so hopefully we'll be all right. But it's a 1-lane road, and we got dump trucks going back and forth. Turn, motherfucker. You're getting stuck in the ruts. And I just don't want to smack his mirror. Mm-mm. Um, I mean, yeah, I feel good about myself that I got one of each, and nobody can take those away from me. Okay? Oh, fuck me. I know. I feel horrible about what I did. You know, I feel like a cheating boyfriend or something on my 92. I'm like, yep, selling you, getting out of here, get the fuck out of here. And then she was gone, and I'm like, I miss you so much. Come back to me. I can't live without you. 92. I cannot live without you. So I got her back. And now I'm like, I'll never let you go again. I'll never do you wrong. Okay? Baby, please. Be nice to me. I love you. I dedicate my life to you and my new lady, which is the 79. You know, I'm dead. Now I got two of them. And I love them both the same. I just want to just get in between both of them and just live there, you know, motorboating between my trucks. I don't know. I'm being a little weird here, but the yeah. So that's my little take on the scrapyard. You know, you see so much shit that you're like, I'd pay for that. I'd overpay for that. And I have seen a few, and I think a lot of these guys at the scrapyards are like me, but they're kind of desensitized to it. But if they see like a Mustang, not like a cheap new Mustang or whatever, but like there's one. It was it wasn't a, it was just a fucking '60s Mustang, but it wasn't the fastback or anything. It was just a Mustang. I don't know, probably a 4-cylinder Mustang, and they'll pull it out and they'll save it. So I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. We got some people on the right side, but I'm backing up right now and backing into my hole here. They said he got me lunch, but I don't know where he is. So hopefully I'll be able to get it here pretty soon. Yeah, let me pause this. All right, well, got loaded. The guy, I don't know. You never know when you're a dump truck driver. You don't know if the guy is being rough as fuck on purpose or not. He's just shaking you all around. And I'm trying to fill out some paperwork for my loads, and every time I put the pen to the paper, he's just fucking shaking the shit out of my truck. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Quit shaking me. I got scribbles all over the fucking place. Not looking good. But yep, I was able to meet my guy on the way out. He had a sandwich for me. It was really nice of him. That was really nice of the project manager to allow him to go buy lunch for everybody. Where did they go? What is this place? I got the fucking bag right here. Cascones, or I don't know what the fuck it says. It's some sort of Italian sandwich shop. You got me a little sandwich. Uh, Not a bad sandwich, but damn, dude, I need to have a little bit of moistness going down with that sandwich. That thing was drier than my dryer at home. Okay. It was. I don't know. I just it needed mayo or something. Gotta have something on that fucking sandwich, okay? I'm sorry. It was a good sandwich, but I am gonna complain a little bit about it. I'm like, you gave me a dry ass motherfucking sandwich. He did bring me a Pepsi. That was nice. And a bag of chips. Uh but yeah, I had to throw away half of the bun because I was like, this is too dry. There's no way. I can't do this. It's like eating a bunch of saltines with no water. You're just like, fuck. I'm gonna choke on this shit, and there's nothing I can do about it. I guess I could drink the Pepsi, but I don't know. Pepsi flavored bread. I could pour a little Pepsi on it, maybe moisten it up. I don't know. But I ate the sandwich. It was good. It was nice to have a little meat and lettuce, tomato, and onion and cheese and stuff. And I ate some of my sausages and my cheese and an apple. But we're good now. You know, I was able to sit there and eat, and everybody kept looking at me like I'm wasting somebody's time. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, everybody. All these other dump trucks. I'm running with a bunch of dump trucks. And I'm like, hey, I'm keeping up with everybody. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at. I'm gonna sit here and eat this fucking sandwich. Too bad you're fucking whoever runs you down this road didn't buy you a fucking sandwich. But yeah, we're rolling. We're doing good. I guess now I can bring in the other conversation that really sparked me turning on the podcast today. So I get my first load and I turn around and I get out of there and I head to the landfill. I go to the landfill and I didn't run it yesterday, but the day before I ran 2 loads to the landfill. And I asked the lady at the front, she was saying something to me, and I said, where do you need me to dump? Like, I don't care about anything else you got to say. I need to know where the fuck to dump. Am I dumping in the general trash area? And she just seemed confused and also looked at me like I was dumb. Like, of course you dump in the normal trash area. I'm like, okay. Hey, easy, lady. Easy. I'll dump in the normal trash area. So I'm still going off of that information. I show up for my first load and I back down in there and they have a giant metal yellow sign that says dump zone with a big arrow. And they pick it up with their loaders and they move it around all over the place whenever they want, so these dumb truck drivers will know where to dump their shit. The dump zone sign had been moved against another area that didn't have trash in it, but it was like down a little bit of a hill. So I pull in there and I see other dump trucks and they're dumping over on the other side, but I don't know who these dump trucks are. They could be from somewhere else. They're doing something special. I don't fucking know. The normal trash area where you would normally dump, there's no dump zone sign next to it. So I'm like, all right, they don't want anybody dumping over there. They want everybody to start dumping over here where the dump zone sign is. So I pull in there, I back up right next to the fucking dump zone sign. Like the arrow is pointing right at the bed of my truck or the dump body of my truck. And I don't have to get out for anything. I pull the tarp up, I unlock the back door, I lift the back door, and then I turn on the PTO and lift the bed up. I dump and then I shake it out a little bit, but this thing, you don't really get a whole lot of, the hydraulics in this thing are slow. So even with it revved up, you can't really shake the bed, but I want to shake it out because this is corn syrup soiled dirt, like it's some sticky ass shit. So I want to shake my bed out. And as soon as I'm done, I start lowering my bed. A guy in a loader pulls up and he's like, "Who told you to dump there?" I said, "That fucking sign right there." He's like, I moved the sign over there. I don't need anybody jumping right there. I'm like, why is the sign there? You put the sign over. Who is in the wrong here? I pull into the landfill. This is, you guys change the landscape of your entire landfill by the day. You want dumped over here. You want dumped over there. You're moving the tippers here. You're moving this there. You're doing all kinds of shit like that. and you put this big fucking yellow sign. He's like, I just moved it out of the way for a little bit. I'm like, well, you should have caught me before I fucking dumped it, dumbass. And I lowered my bed and I drove out. And then I came back for my second load, and I look, and he rotated the dump zone sign so nobody would. I don't know why he didn't just move it to where the dump zone is. That would make a lot of sense. It would make a lot of sense to have a big yellow sign that says dump zone, maybe near the dump zone. But he just turned it around so nobody could get to it. And I guess I'm the only dumbass that did that. But I was like, I don't know, maybe they want people to start dumping over here now. Imagine if I started dumping where I thought I should have dumped, and the dump zone sign is there, and them come up and say, what the fuck are you doing? Can you not read the fucking sign? It says dump zone right there. I would have been a way bigger of a dumbass if I would have been dumping somewhere they didn't want dumped, and there not been a sign right there saying to dump there. I'm just saying. So I pulled in, and he pointed to where he wanted me to dump, to dump from here on out. And it was a big open area. I show up for my second load. There's one of those big wind catchers. It's a big wind catcher net thing that they put up to, like, whenever, because we're on top of a big ass hill, and the wind will come over and it'll grab trash and it'll blow trash down the hill. They have these big fences they put up also to direct traffic. Somebody had put a big ass fence up right where he told me to dump. So I said, all right. He does not want me to dump at the dump zone sign. Somebody put a gate in front of the fucking piles of dirt where I should be dumping. So there's no way I can dump there. I guess I'm going to dump in the general dump area where if I'm going to use my head and just try to, there's only 3 different spots I can dump at this fucking place. Maybe that's it. So I backed over there and I started getting ready to dump. And it's the same guy. I don't know where he was. He came running out of nowhere. He's like, dude, I said over there. I was like, you put a fucking fence in the way. He's like, jump next to the fence. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you put a fence in the fucking way? I don't know. I don't know about this fucking place. I might not even go down in the fucking, I'll just dump this bitch in the middle of the road. Be like, there you go. You got your corn syrup dirt right here in the middle of the road. Like, fuck, dude. Can you just move some signs around? You have signs. You moved the signs. Why can't you have the signs where they need to be? It just doesn't make no fucking sense to me. And this is the landfill I used to like. I still like it, but dude, they're dumb as fuck over here. You think trash truck drivers are dumb? The fucking guys pushing trash at the landfill are really fucking dumb. Okay, they're real dumb. I almost never have to interact with them, but I'm telling you, I've had issues with people at the dump before. You'll have a truck and trailer, and you're trying to get into position, and you're trying to get straight, but there's not enough room, and then you start backing up just to get yourself in. You're gonna pull forward again and straighten up and everything, but they're over there fucking screaming at you like, "Don't dump there!" Like, I'm not, you fuckhead. I'm trying to get fucking straightened up, you stupid son of a bitch, without ripping my fucking hydraulic lines off my trailer. Shit like that. It's, I don't know. It's dumb. And then other places, like the one place where I was dumping, and he's like, is that liquid? I'm like, I don't know. And he makes me go get completely fucking stuck in a ditch. He wants me to dump in the ditch, and I start backing down towards the ditch, and I fucking slide into the ditch, and then I'm fucking stuck, and there's nothing I can do, and I have the double rail with one single fully loaded container. It's got a little bit of liquid on it, but not really a lot. And yeah, it was just a fucking shit show. The double rail, trying to dump it at an angle is not good. It's not good. Mm-mm. So I don't know. Having issues with some people here, but whatever. We're getting through it. Third time's the charm. And where I just got to the landfill, I'm pulling up on the scale right now. Yeah, and I'm telling you, this is the landfill that has the chick that don't wear no bra on. I don't choose. I have to come here, and she's the only one that takes care of me. I have to look at those titties. I'm sorry. There's nothing else I can do about it. Hold on, I gotta go look at these things. Yeah, I just got back in the truck. 60,000 pounds. Yeah. So yeah, I should wear a shirt next time saying I don't want to look at your titties, and then maybe I'll feel better about having to see them. I don't know. Earlier she had a jacket on. She ain't got no jacket on no more. I was like, whoa, easy there, lady. And it's a gray T-shirt. It's like that shows. She's got one nipple piercing, so it's interesting. Anyways, we're running this dump truck. It's the quad axle. It's a good truck. I do like this truck. It's a lot better than the other truck that they had me running Wednesday. They got the new kid running that one today, but he burnt up his tarp roller. He's like, the tarp roller is just so burnt up, it don't work. And it's a 2025 truck, so it's like brand new. And I don't know. I want to believe him, but I'm also like, you're probably, because the tarp rollers on this are a little bit different than our roll-off trucks. Our roll-off trucks, they're hydraulic. These are electric. And it's just a little bit of a different operation also. I know what he did. I mean, I'm almost certain I know what he did. He held the button for too long with it rolled all the way up or rolled all the way out and just fucking cooked it. I mean, hey, listen, I almost burnt up this one probably because I was trying to figure out, like, because I guess I had unrolled it too far and I had to hold the open button for an extended period of time, but I didn't want to hold it for too long. But I was like, this thing is not fucking working. And then I figured out, oh, I thought it would just stop whenever, I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. But I thought it would, whenever it would open all the way, like there would be some sort of a shut off and it would just shut off. But it didn't. Uh, you can actually open it too far that it will also start closing, because it'll wrap all around itself again. But we're good. We're good now. So he's running. I don't know what I would do if I was in his situation, but he's running just no tarp. Because luckily the tarp burnt out whenever it was rolled up. But I know what that is. He opened it and held it for too long. But I don't know. I could be wrong. It could just be a faulty, brand new piece of equipment. But yeah, no fucking way, dude. There's a trailer on the tipper, and the guy the legs aren't even on the legs are hanging off the edge of the tipper, and the tipper's lifting up the body of the trailer rather than use underneath the legs. That's fucking insane. That is so insane looking right now. I guess you could do that. I've ran a tipper quite a bit, and I was actually told I could not run a tipper because it was my trailer was too long, and that trailer is obviously too long, or the landing gear is too far away from the back end of it that something ain't right. But whatever. Whatever. All right. Roll in here and dump a load. Right exactly where they want it to be dumped. I'm going to dump it in the same exact spot every fucking time. I'll keep you guys live while I do it. Back up to the dump. Back up to the hole. Not the hole, but just the part. Set the brake. Turn on the PTO. Unlock the tailgate until it quits hissing. Flip the tailgate or the lift gate switch. Keep an eye in the back. You should see it lifting up. The gate should be opened. Why is it not opening? Why is it not opening? There it is. Now it's opening. I don't know. It just takes a little bit of time to figure it out. Once the gate is open all the way, rev it up and tilt the bed up. Here we go. I like these tailgates on here because they lift up super high, so you're not going to drag it through the pile that you're dumping out. Lift it up. Obviously, you want to make sure you're on flat ground. Pull forward with it up in the air a little bit. Come on. There we go. Slam on the brakes a little bit. See if you can get anything to fall out. Go to neutral. Let the bed down. Lift the bed back up. And that's all I'm going to be able to get out of there. So go ahead and lower the bed back down. Revving it up doesn't help. It would be nice if it did because it comes down pretty slow. Close the door. Once the door, I should be able to see the door be completely shut. And the bed is all the way down. Lock the door shut. Turn off the PTO. Put it in drive. And while I'm waiting for these fuckers to get out of my way, I can fill out some paperwork. It is noon right now. Let's say I got here at 11:45. 11:15. And I'm departing at is it noon? Is that what I said? I can't read. Yeah, noon will be my departure. And I really don't need to fill out this paper. I don't think so, at least. But I don't know. I like to keep tabs on myself whenever I'm working with a bunch of people doing something on my own. I like to keep my own tabs because I don't, and then you never know, that might be good information for somebody else to have. But it at least shows I got receipts. I got fucking papers here telling you exactly where I was at what time, what I did, where there's no fucking fubbery going on. The only fubbery that will be going on today is in between my arriving and departing. It usually takes me 10 minutes to get loaded, and it took me 35 minutes. So, because I ate that sandwich. Oh, it gets bumpy. And since this truck has been in and out of the dump a bunch of times, I don't have to scale out. I don't have to do anything. I just fucking leave. Kind of nice. I'm gonna fucking throw up. This, I hate being bounced around like this. Some people at my work would say, air up the seat. Airing up the seat does help, but I mean, not enough. It gives its own problems. I don't like air up in my seat. I'm fucking just bouncing down the fucking highway, just up and down, up and down. It's like, Jesus, this is not good. And then I don't know. I'm not a physics teacher. I am not a physics teacher. Let me tell you that right now. But I can tell you that I do know from experience from when I fucked up my tailbone driving a truck. Like I did not want it to be fucked up. I was like, I am okay, everything's fine, until it wasn't, and it was bad. And I'll give you the whole story of that here in a second. But the physics of it was, I was driving through a road and it was super rough. It was like the whole thing was potholed. Even going at like 2 miles an hour, you're still like getting bounced around really bad. So at that point in time, I decided, okay, I'm gonna actually put air in my seat for once. I never drive with air in my seat. So I aired up the seat just enough, just like an inch or two off of, well, maybe like 3 or 4 inches off of the bottom. You know, I don't want to ride. I don't want to be riding up in the fucking sky. Okay, I hate riding up super fucking high. I don't like it. My feet don't reach the pedals. I don't like it. You know. So I put a little bit of air in the seat, and sorry, going over the last speed bump of the day here. All right, and I just got to write down noon. Cool. Now I can put my pen away and I can actually focus on telling you guys something. Seatbelt. Bumpy road, air in the seat. Let's say 5 inches of between where the seat would bottom out on the floor and where I was sitting was 5 inches, and I was a heavy boy at the time. Well, physics will tell you that I don't know what the psi is, but if I put enough psi that I'm like way the fuck up in the cab, riding super fucking high, and I hit these bumps, the seat is not going to bottom out. There's no possible way the seat's going to bottom out with the seat aired all the way the fuck up. But with it aired all the way the fuck up, like, it still doesn't give much cushion if it's aired all the fucking way. It's the same as riding on the floor. If it has no give at all. I know I guess what normal people would do is they like to ride up until they're on their fucking tippy toes, and they're like, that's good. I like riding here. But what happened is I had just enough air to hold my fat ass up 6 inches, 5 inches off the ground. I keep increasing it. And I was leaving the job site, going over the rough roads and stuff. And there's police. And I'm on ice. I'm doing spinnings. I got into a rhythm with the bumps that I went down almost all the way to the floor, and then it sprung me up into the air. I was off of the seat completely. Well, not off of the seat, because the seat, even with just like 1 psi in it, it'll raise it all the way up to the top. But once you sit on it, it'll flatten it down. But the seat basically sprung me up into the fucking ceiling, and then I came down, but there was so little psi in the seat that was only holding me at a decent, I don't know, it was only holding me 5 inches off the bottom. that went, but with my fat ass coming down with that much force, I straight up bottomed out. The the space between the top of my head all the way on the floor and the ceiling is about a foot. I have about 12 inches between me and the fucking ceiling right now. My head hit the fucking ceiling. I don't know if I said it about hit the ceiling. I'm going to go ahead and say it. My head hit the fucking ceiling, hurt my neck, and then I come down like a ton of bricks. And I land right on my fucking tailbone on the seat. And the seat, it was on an older Peterbilt vac truck. The seat had been sat in for a long fucking time. It had, I don't know, a couple 100,000 miles on it, so the seat was broke in. Not a lot of cushion there, and I just fucking landed right on my fucking tailbone. Didn't even think it hurt, but it didn't. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I was like, whatever, I'm fine. And then I took that same back truck out the next day, and my back was hurting like really bad. But I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, whatever, it'll be okay. It'll go, like most injuries and fucking stubborn ass dumb shits. The pain will go away eventually. Don't worry about it. But as I'm working, I get horrible fucking pains shooting up my spine. I'm like, something's wrong. And then I had to use the restroom, and I shit my fucking brains out, and it hurt so bad to shit. Even though the asshole and the spine are pretty far away, there was something in between there that was a little fucked up or something. I don't know. So I called in. I called my boss. I said, "Hey, man, I need to take the rest of the day off. I'm going home early. I'm in a lot of pain." And I told him about the accident. As soon as I got back to the shop after, the first initial incident, I got back. I was like, dude, that road was so fucking rough. I put a little bit of air in my seat, and it fucking launched me into the ceiling, and I hit my head, kind of for comedic relief. But I was like, yeah, and I landed really hard on my fucking tailbone, but I think I'll be okay. And then the next day, I get halfway through the workday, and I say, dude, I got to go home. My fucking ass is hurting horribly. And I don't know if it was related. It probably wasn't, but I was shitting my brains out. No idea if that was related. I don't know how it could be or would be, but I'm going to say it was related. And then I go home and I relax and I lay down on my stomach on the bed, just kind of hanging out there. And then the next day I wake up and it still fucking hurts so bad. So I called my boss. I was like, dude, I got to go into Concentra or whatever, the urgent care deal. I got to get something figured out because I'm fucked up. And he says, okay. So I came into work. I went to the place. And, yeah, the doctor, he was a cool guy. He's like from some foreign country. I don't know. Super dark guy. Tall, nice accent. I don't know. Probably make a good husband. I don't know. I'm just fucking saying shit. Um, he's like, oh, you have a really bad hematoma on your lower spine, tailbone area. I'm like, oh, okay, what the fuck's that? He's like, I don't know the specific thing, but I'm pretty sure what he told me was it's kind of like a bruise, but it's way worse than a bruise. So he gave me some meds and said, go home and relax. Or no, I said, well, I'd like to be able to work too. And so he gave me the meds and he said, yeah, you can do light duty stuff. And I'm like, okay, that'll work. So I wore basketball shorts to work. I know I'm a hypocrite because I fucking bitch about people wearing basketball shorts to work. I see them and I'm like, you don't look right. You shouldn't be here. What are you wearing? Stop doing that. What's going on? Who are you? Is also another question I ask. because it just looks weird. But I was in so much pain, I could not wear my pants. I couldn't wear pants. I couldn't wear a belt because the back of the belt runs right over the lower part of my spine. And also, another little tidbit of information that I forgot to mention is, so jeans. There are several different types of jeans. But the specific jeans that I was wearing that day, they have belt loops that go around your entire waist, right? I don't know. What is it? One, two, three, four, five or six. Well, this pair of pants, I think it only had 5 belt loops, which would mean there's 2 on the sides, 2 kind of on the front, 2 on the side, and then 1 right in the middle on the back, right about where your tailbone is. And I think that had something, it was a thick fucking belt loop. You know how they like fold it over and sew it on and fold it over and sew it on? And it's just like a thick little patch of fabric that's so tightly put in there. I'm pretty sure my tailbone landed on that specific spot also. Uh, but I mean, the first time I put pants on and tightened my belt, I could feel that little knot pushing right up against the impact zone of my ass. So I wore basketball shorts every day because I could tie them up and there was nothing. They were stretchy. They would stay up and there was nothing that was, really putting too much pressure on my back. And I did light duty work. I went over to our downtown office and they said we need to clean up the garage area, the shop area of the other office. So here's a broom, here's a mop, there's some buckets, there's some shit, just fucking make this look good. And I made it look fucking good. But it was so painful to be just on my feet walking around all day long. And I wasn't doing anything stressful. I was just literally standing or walking. Um, Nothing super physical. But I was in so much pain. And then I went to the bathroom once, uh, and the fucking thing burst. It was either there or at home, but it was that first day of light duty work. The fucking hematoma burst. It just kept filling up with. I mean, this is gross, so I'm sorry, but it was a big fucking bruise on the back of my tailbone that continually got larger and larger and larger. It was filling up with some sort of a fluid, and it blew up. It got so full it fucking exploded and fucking ruined my pants. And this is another gross part. It smelled like death. Oh God, I'm gagging thinking about it. I'm not literally gagging, but it was really bad. It was like, oh my God, what the fuck did I do? I had to lay on a trash bag to drive my car home. And I mean, let me tell you, driving my car was a whole nother fucking story about how painful it was. But this Buick is really just testing my patience right here. They're swerving, they're stabbing the brakes, going. And I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They might be on acid, seeing fucking fairies and goblins and shit. I don't know. So it burst, and then I immediately went in the next morning to the urgent care. And he was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know it burst." I'm like, "Yeah, it burst." He's like, yeah, you need to get in here right now." And he took me in, made me sit on my belly and pull my pants down. My ass is there. It fucking reeks, dude. And it's not even just ass stink. This is fucking something on another level, dude. And so I was pretty embarrassed, but I'm like, these are medical professionals. Let's just let them do what they're going to do. Just do it. And they numbed it, and it hurt so fucking bad when they numbed it. I was holding in so much pain when they numbed it, but because they were numbing basically the bottom of your spine, and that's where so many nerve endings are. It's a horrible spot to have an injury. And he had these boxes of gauze. There's the just boxes and boxes of gauze. He used 10 yards of gauze, and because he's like, there's a void in your in your in the, where it burst, and we have to fill that void with some sort of a sanitary thing. So all this gauze, he could just kept shoving gauze into my fucking crack. Super not good. Sounds horrible. And then I think they sewed it up and sent me on my way with even more pain pills and said, I was like, all right, well, do you want me to still do light duty? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Please give me a doctor's note to send me the fuck home. I don't want to be here. But I continually did the light duty work, and my wife is such, if I've ever complained about my wife, it she don't deserve it. Okay, no matter how much I think I'm right and she's wrong, or what's going on in the world, she replaced the bandage on my fucking ass multiple times a day. What a saint she is. And do you think it stopped smelling? No, it did not stop smelling. It just kept smelling worse and worse. And then eventually it got to the point where it was basically healed up. So I went back into the doctor's. They pulled all the gauze out. That was a horrible fucking experience. But they had to get all the gauze pulled out, and then sew me back up, continue light duty for a couple of days, come back in, get checked in, and then it's good. But he told me, he's like, hey, once you have a hematoma in one spot, you basically, that you just have a hematoma in that spot. So now it's not bad, but I have a weird abnormal deformity right at the top of my ass crack that will just always be there. Um, now now you know, okay? Now you know. Just trying to be honest here. Yeah, you guys need to know what my ass looks like. Hairy with an abnormal deformity at the top, okay? Check it out. I'll send pictures to the Facebook group. Go check out the Facebook group. You'll see my ass there. I'm actually 100% kidding. I am not posting up no pictures of my ass nowhere, okay? But, which it just brings me to the point of I get so much shit for this at work. So much shit. Everybody, makes fun of it. And hey, I'm there to have fun and have a good time. But my boss seems to think, he's like, you know what that was though, right? He's sitting there with me after I have all these doctor's notes and doctored this and all this shit and everything. He's like, you know what caused that though, right? I'm like, probably landing on my fucking tailbone at Mock Jesus. He's like, no, that was an ingrown hair. I'm like, no, that was not an ingrown hair. He's like, it was probably an ingrown hair that got infected, and now you made the company pay for it. I'm like, I will never fucking say that. And that is not what happened. I am not here trying to gain anything from anybody. I was injured on the job site. And yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a strange thing to happen. I'll give you that. But I am 1000% certain this was caused by me landing directly on my ass the day before it started swelling up. You know, that's what did it. And I even had to call the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Just leave you with that for a little bit. No, I called up the doctor because my boss had got wind of all this, not the smell, but of the thing going on, and he referred them that it was an off work incident. And I had to call up the doctor, and I'm like, dude, you gotta help me. I'm like, they are putting all of the blame on me for this. What do you think? Because I mean, everything lines up medically, correct? And he's like, yeah, yeah, no, that's not an ingrown hair. And he has an accent, but I'm not even going to attempt it. But he's like, yeah, that's not an ingrown hair. Who the fuck is saying that? I'm like, my boss. He's like, is your boss a doctor? I was like, no, he's actually not. It's fucking crazy, right? He's like, yeah, no, this is a workplace injury. I'm like, all right, well, can you please send my HR department a letter explaining that? Because, other than that, it's my word against theirs, and my word has no fucking grasp here. So he was nice. He was such a nice guy. He did it. He sent it over. My company took care of it. And I'm not dealing, there's no pain, no issue over there anymore, which is really weird. Because I used to have, and I mean, even after that, I did have back issues, but I don't know. It was right around the time I went hardcore with that carnivore deal that I quit having very much back pain. It's kind of strange. But yeah, I used to have horrible back pain. And I still don't have a great back, but the pain that I used to feel even before the accident, I don't have that much anymore. And I'm going to attribute that to the carnivore diet thing. Not sure why. I don't know the science behind it, but that's the only thing I changed in my life drastically. And now my back is normally okay. It would be nice to still get a back rub every now and again. That would be cool. Oh, damn, he about tipped that motherfucker over. So, yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to explain the physics to my boss, because my boss is like, you need to ride with your seat aired all the way up at all times. And I'm like, I can't. I will stop dry. I'm trying to be a little bit extra here, but it's also pretty true. If I was required by law to have air in my seat every time I drive around, I wouldn't enjoy this. I probably wouldn't enjoy this job very much. The seat is a very important part to driving, and your position and your comfortability. Comfortability? I don't know. There's a word there. Comfortability. 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 There's a word there. I know there's a word. I can't say it. But anyway, he's like, you need to ride with air in your seat at all times. I'm like, hold on. Can I explain something to you? And he don't want to, he'll listen, but he don't hear. He's very matter of fact type of guy. He's like, no, you need to have air in your seat. He's like, that's good. It's because you drive on the floor all the time. No. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. I need Neil deGrasse Tyson to come over and fucking explain this to him, that when you have, let's say, a balloon. Oh, no, not a balloon. That wouldn't work. But air in your seat, I'm like, it launched me into the fucking ceiling because I didn't have enough air in it. But also, if I had absolutely zero air in my seat, this also wouldn't have happened. It would have just jiggled my butt a little bit when I went over the bumps. It wouldn't have been comfortable, but it wouldn't have launched me into the ceiling. And what was bad about that was the landing. You know, that's usually what happens. The fall doesn't kill you; it's the landing. So I ride. I now, no matter what, I ride with zero air in the seat at all times. People think I'm fucking insane for that, which doesn't make sense to me because a lot of truckers do it. I have airbag suspension. I also have airbag cab. Add on another airbag seat, you would think you're floating on a goddamn cloud, right? No, not at all. The airbag seat isn't a shock absorber in that sense. You know, it's not, that's not the way it is. And so I attribute everything that went wrong. I guess it is my fault, but having just enough air in your seat to lift your ass off the fucking ground is what fucked you up. Okay? So I don't know. I'm over here defending myself to myself, but man, I get real defensive over myself and people lying about myself. I mean, it also goes back to the seatbelt issue I had with one guy. I was driving a pickup truck and I put my seatbelt on, but I had a jacket, the same exact, it happened to be a Carhartt, the same exact color as the seatbelt. And the sun was beaming in the front windshield, and I had a front and rear facing camera on the windshield, and I hit a snowbank, and the camera went off, and then they wrote me up for not wearing a seatbelt, and I'm like, no, I had my fucking seatbelt on. And nobody would believe me, and I got so fucking pissed. I was so pissed. I was like, I am telling you the truth. I'm not gaining. If I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, I would say, you got me. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. Sorry about that. And because this company, you know, they wrote me up. They had to do something because it was caught on camera, but they really don't give a fuck. And so if I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, which there had been other times I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, but the camera never went off. But that, you know, they're like, oh yeah, you were at the landfill or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I was at the landfill. I don't need to fucking seatbelt at the landfill. Like, well, technically you do, but whatever. I mean, who gives a fuck? We're all here. We're all having a good time. But you know, and so it wasn't a big deal if I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. I mean, I got rode up, but there was nothing else happened after that. But then one day, like, I had to sign the paper for something at the end of the month. I don't know. And I said, how about this? I'm pretty sure the video that you were watching, the resolution or the brightness, something was off with it. Because I promise you, I was wearing my fucking seatbelt. And he's like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's over with. We already wrote you up. Don't worry about it. I'm like, no. I don't want anybody thinking I don't wear my seatbelt when I'm driving around. I don't need that on my fucking record. I don't need that anywhere. I was wearing my fucking seatbelt. Pull it up on the projector in the conference room where everybody can see. Pull it up on the projector, and clear as fucking day, you can see the difference in the threads or like the sew pattern between my jacket and the fucking seatbelt. So, and then everybody standing in there, even the boss, agreed. They're like, okay, all right, you got me. You are wearing your seatbelt. I'm like, okay, cool. Will you remove it off of my record? He's like, well, your record actually really means nothing, pretty much. So it's more work for us to remove it than it is to just leave it on there and we can forget about it. I'm like, no, you motherfucker, to get it off my shit. I gotta talk to this guy. How's that sandwich tasting? No, thank you. It's dry? I bet you they had Mayo packets in that fucking box.
Oh, yeah, I got it. They got some. I don't like mayonnaise. They had one packet of mustard.
Motherfuckers, they didn't even offer me any at all. I can't fucking believe that. And a whole box of sandwiches. They hand me a sandwich of Coke and say, "Get the fuck out of here." Well, hey, where's the fucking sauce? Load number 4, huh?
That's all Brad did yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Oh, I know.
I'm dead ass serious.
I caught up to him the day I came out here on Wednesday, and I did 2 loads with that truck. He was on load number 4, and I got here at 1. And I did 2 loads before the landfill closed, and he only got 1 done. And I was like, what the fuck? How did I catch up to you twice?
I kind of want to be done after this one. Hey,
I'm gonna keep on going. I need the hours. I'm gonna keep on going as long as they need it. Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you around. Oh, these young kids, they have a wonderful work ethic. I don't know if you heard anything he was saying, but it's 12:30 right now. He's like, I'm gonna dump this, and he didn't specifically say this in this way, but he says he wants to be done. I got here. I saw him at 8 o'clock this morning. He's like, I want to go home. I'm like, what the fuck? We just started, you fucking lazy motherfucker. But he's thinking he's gonna dump this one. It's 12:30. The landfill closes at 4, and he thinks he's gonna dump that and go back to the shop and fucking mooch the clock. Am I supposed to tell somebody? I don't know, but I don't want to fuck with anybody's money and shit. But I also don't want to be the guy that turned a blind eye when I should have spoke up. But all right, got this guy. Gotta do some paperwork. Hello. Uh, Here we go. Number 3, 29,900. Thank you. Sorry, I gotta sign this real quick. Oh no. Sorry about that. Th- how is it? The gravel's definitely helping out. But I don't know how far he's got the gravel going so far. I'll let you know on my way out. Thank you. All right. He just wanted to know how the road was going back there. I'm not sure why, but just curious. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You're here all day. Why don't you drive back there? Damn it, dude. Now we got these 2 lazy motherfuckers. I mean, they brought me a sandwich, so I like them. But the one guy was supposed to run our other dump truck, but our other dump truck isn't ready to go yet. And the other guy is just they're 2 guys just fucking hanging out. They're not doing shit but driving around in a pickup. The guy there in the bulldozer, they got loads of rock coming in, and he's making the road. Because this was all mud. And he's doing a really good job. I don't know who that guy is. He works for us, but I don't know where he's from, but he's doing a spectacular job on this road. The gravel he's laying down is flat, nice, and smooth. And then where he hasn't graveled is rutted to motherfuck. Sloppy, sticky, slidey mud. And I just got off of the gravel, and now I'm turning, and I'm not turning. I'm just staying in my fucking ruts like a train. Yeah, those two guys. I don't know. Everybody's out of town doing the summit right now. And one guy was supposed to go to the summit, but he got told he can't go to the summit now. He has to stay here and run loads. And I think there's even more people that happened to, because we were only gonna have 5 motherfuckers at our shop. 5. So well, they've been doing gravel over here too, because this was all rutted up earlier. I thought it's not smooth. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know who's doing this one. It's just boom, boom, boom. It's like motorcycle whoops going through here, dirt bike whoops. But I don't know. These two guys are just sitting in a pickup truck, hanging out, not doing shit. They're just supervising the job, I guess. I don't know. They're not they're not doing a fucking thing. They're not like if I could tell you what they were doing, I'd like to, but I can't. They're just standing around, not doing shit. Which I don't know what they're supposed to do, but it's like, why the fuck are you here if you're not doing anything? But I mean, everybody's got to get paid. Everybody needs to do something. I'd like to be. I wish I could be the guy to just be on the job site not doing shit. That ain't an option for me. Which I mean, I also don't want. I like to be a contributor. I like to be a good contributor. But the thing is that I don't know. My reputation is the silly, funny guy that has issues sometimes, even though, and I get blamed for a lot that isn't true, and it's just funny, silly stuff. But when it comes time to, we just had our, um, we had to rate everybody for the bonus, and people can rate everybody 1 through 10 on teamwork and just how they are as a person, I guess. And whoever it gets in the top 10 gets an extra $1,000, and top 5 gets $1,500, and the top 1 gets like $2,000 or something, like on top of their bonus they already got. It's kind of a fucking scam. It's a popularity contest, and so I think I'm pretty popular. But no, but people aren't gonna rate me a 10 on everything. I specifically rate every single person that I work with at my branch. I rate every single person a 10 on both, no matter what. I don't, even if I don't like you all that much, you're a 10, because I think everybody deserves a chance at getting that money. Um, but I know there's people out there that are going to go through every single person, and you know, if they were cynical, they would rate everybody but themselves a 1 and rate themselves a 10. That would prop up their score, because you can rate yourself. It'll prop up their score a whole bunch and bring everybody else's down. And I know there's probably some selfish motherfuckers out there that would do that. And then there's other people that are going to go through and specifically rate everybody how good they are. And depending on my relationship with that specific person, maybe I got lippy with one of them, or maybe one of them had to get lippy with me, or some shit like that. They're like, yeah, he's getting a 5 because of what he did last week. And it's like, this is for the year, okay? This is not for last week. This is for the entire year. I think, and the more 10s we have in our office, the more money gets divided up by our office. And our office is the largest one, which is good and bad. But he's shaking me around. I'm getting loaded already. Dump truck. Sorry, I can't think, write, and talk at the same time. Now these lazy motherfuckers are coming down here. I wonder if they're actually, because we have a couple of tracked dump trucks, which are really interesting looking. I'm kind of, I don't know why they aren't running those, because I think that's what they're supposed to be doing, but there's not anything for them to do with them, I guess, because they took our excavator out and our skid steer. So, not sure what's going on with that. They're just hanging out. They ain't got shit to do. I hate that I have to sign 3 of these. Alright, almost there. 17th. We're so close to having a new president, and I am excited to see what the fuck is going to happen. I think it's going to be an insane time. It's going to be wild as fuck. Wild as a motherfuck. BNSF. What time is it? All right, got here at 12:30. Oh, and like that one guy was saying, he said his name. I won't say his name, but safety man, the guy that wears his hard hat when he goes to bed. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know what he's saying. He's saying go forward and where it's not muddy. I think I'm done getting loaded, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm done getting loaded. I got some mud on my bumper that he was saying I need to get scraped off of there. I'm gonna do that up on the in the gravel area. I'm not gonna do that here. Close my tarp. It's coming down. As soon as it touches, stop. Oh, he is. Oh, he's cleaning off his tracks, is what he's doing, I think. Alright, I guess I gotta throw on my fucking hard hat and my vest and hop out of this motherfucker to scrape off my bed or whatever. And I think this is a good spot to end this. Oh, well, last point that I was trying to make earlier was that the other guy, he only did 4 loads yesterday, and I'm on my 4th load, and it's almost 1. And I got here at 1 the other time, and I did 2 loads. So I might be able to get 2 more loads in, but I think I'm just gonna take it easy. And since I got to get out here and do all this fucking shit, I think I'm probably gonna just get 1 more load done and go the fuck home. I mean, I would like to get the hours, but if I gotta get the landfill by a certain time and I'm gonna be too close, I think I'm gonna probably just get 1 more done. But that's it for today. I think we did all right. Keep all 18 down, and I'll talk to you later. Adios. Keep all 18 down. Just kidding. This is a beginning of a new segment it's going to be a short one, I think. There's some shit that's happened in between then and now. Whenever I stopped recording earlier. People that came into the job site that I'm working on, and they have removed the excavator and the skid steer is gone. And I was like, that's interesting. And that was like midday today. I was like, that's interesting that they're taking the skid steer and the excavator out. I'm guessing we're getting close to being done. And there were other little signs showing that we might be done soon. And then as I was leaving with my last load, I only got 5 off today, but 5 is pretty good, I think. As I was leaving, the excavator was showing back up. I'm like, I called the guy driving. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, oh, we had to borrow the excavator to knock down the building at the shop. We have a building that has some asbestos in it. It's a kiln, an old kiln for whatever this complex was before it was our shop. And so it was a big building. It was a 3-bay building, basically a 3-bay garage, but that's where they would put, I don't know, they would do something inside there, and it was a big oven or whatever. And it used asbestos to insulate it to get it extra fucking hot or whatever. I don't know. So, anyways, we used it for storage a little bit. Like, there's just like some random bullshit, like part of my old truck that was in there, and yeah, I don't know. The vac truck that I rolled it. Anyways, they yanked all that shit out, and this morning they started tearing it down. And I was like, what the hell is going on? They're like, yeah, we're going to tear it down. So what happened was they took the excavator from the job site because it wasn't in use, because those fucking guys on the job site, listen, I like the guys. I would never complain to anybody of management about them. They're out there, they're making their money. But I don't think they did any fucking thing today. Well, I mean, they got us lunch. Cool. No mayo. Not cool. But they got us lunch. I think that's the only fucking thing they did today, was sit in a pickup truck, play on Facebook, drive around, look busy, I guess, maybe. I don't know. So I don't even know why I'm complaining about it. I don't know why it irritates me, but it irritates. One thing that irritated me is they're just lounging around, just hanging out, having a good time. And I was backing in for my last load, and as I was backing up, I roll my window down because they're standing right there, probably 50 yards away from where I need to be backed up to. And I roll my window down, and I was looked like one of the guys was waving at me. So I roll my window down, I look out the window, and this dude is like, he doesn't rush anything, but he's rushing you. And he's rushing you for no fucking reason. There's no reason to rush me on getting this load and getting the fuck out of there. I'm going to get to where I need to be on time, and this is my final load. So it doesn't matter. Can I get a little bit of time to sit fucking still? Or, I'm not allowed to have that. I'm not allowed. You're allowed to have it all fucking day. I'm not allowed to have it to even just say hello to you as I'm backing up, and I'm actively like in reverse backing up, and he's like, go, 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 get your load, get your load. I'm like, you don't think I have anything important to say? I mean, and that's also kind of a funny thing to do, is to be like, because I never have anything important to say most of the time. But I'm just like, what? Why? Hold. It pisses me off that you're like rushing me to go do my. You're not the boss of the job. You're acting like you're the boss of the job. And I did call him on my way down in there. I called him. Well, no, he called me and he's like, "Hey, where are you at?" I'm like, "I'm fucking rolling into the job site right now." He's like, "Okay." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Are we doing this tomorrow?" He's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Okay, well, you act like you're the boss of the job, so I'm going to treat you like the boss of the job. Are we doing? I need to know if I'm working tomorrow or not. That would be cool to know." And he's like, "I don't know. I'm going to be out here." I'm like, "Okay. What are you?" And I did say this part. I'm like, "What are you going to be running? The pickup truck?" And he said, "I don't know." And he just kind of hung up. And I'm like, "Yeah, you're running the pickup truck. That's what you're running. You're sitting and idling in the pickup truck. The pickup truck is doing nothing out there other than moving you around from this place to that place, but you're doing absolutely nothing. There's two operators sitting. I mean, yeah, I would never bring this up to management, but it really fucking bothers me. What I would have been perfectly fine with the whole situation as long as he didn't rush me for no fucking. He's been rushing me all day. Not really rushing me, but being really short with me for no reason. And I'm out of the operators. I would say I'm, you know, in seriousness, out of the operators we have, my boss, my actual boss, he knows that he can send me on a job site, and I'm gonna do the job. I do. There are sometimes that issues arise. I'm pretty sure that happens with everybody. But it seems like when issues arise with other people, it's way, and I don't see much of an issue with. I'm like, well, why didn't you do this instead of that? And I don't know what I'm complaining about here. I'm irritated that he's been short and rushing me all day long and gave me a sandwich with no fucking mayo when he had fucking mayo in the box. Okay, that bothers me. Um, and then you're not doing a fucking thing at all today. You're not doing any work. You're not doing anything. You're just hanging out, collecting hours. Two operators. You're supposed to be in those dump trucks. You're supposed to be in those dump trucks. They're tracked dump trucks. It looks like a little tank with a dump bed on it. You and the other guy are supposed to be in those things, and they are perfectly clean. How are they perfectly clean? You guys haven't used them at all. But you got me lunch, so I appreciate it. But fuck, man, I don't know. You bother me. That's what you do when you're rushing me along and I'm doing my job. You're calling me to figure out where the fuck I'm at. You're rushing me once I get there. You're like, go get. I'm actively backing up. Me stopping to say, hey, how's it going? Is not going to take enough time to waste anything. You're wasting a lot of fucking time. Is what you're doing. But whatever. I wouldn't. Because I'd like to get a position like that at some point in time. And if I complain to the boss, I'll complain to you guys. I can complain to you guys about whatever the fuck I want. Okay, you guys want it. Maybe you don't. I don't fucking know. But anyways, so that was weird seeing that, and then I make it to the dump. And when I was leaving, I had my window down, and I put my thumbs into my ears and spread my fingers. I don't know what you call it, like the funny moose or whatever. I stick my tongue out and I wave my fingers back and forth. I don't know. I did that to all three of the guys standing there. There's another guy there that he was running the excavator, but somebody came and took the excavator, so he had nothing to do. But he's an old fart that he's just an old operator. He doesn't do anything but operate shit, and he knows, and everybody knows if he ain't sitting in a piece of machinery, he ain't doing nothing, which is fine. He's an old man. He doesn't need to be shoveling or whatever the fuck it would be, picking up bags out of a creek. Uh, so, anyways, I don't have a problem with what I did. I think I had a great day. Uh, it irritated the fuck out of me to be rushed along and treated like a peon when you're the fucking peon. You're what the fuck are you doing? You're not doing shit. Are you going to run the pickup truck again? I'm probably not going to let up on that. I'm probably going to bring it up again. I'll be like, you going to run the pickup truck tomorrow? Drive from here to there? Thanks for the lunch. What else did you do today? Not a fucking thing. But on the paper, he's going to write that he ran the track dump truck. I bet you. I bet you that's what he writes down. So, anyways, and the other guy, he really doesn't. He can't do shit without the other guy, even though he has more seniority than the other guy. I don't know. Whatever. I shouldn't. I need to reflect on myself. If I'm this upset at somebody else, that means I'm upset at myself for something. I need to reflect on myself, figure out what I'm upset about, because I don't want to be this way. But I don't like being fucking rushed by fucking lazy fucks. Okay? Lazy fucks rushing you along, not cool. And I don't like that Honda either. I'm also in a bad mood about that Honda. That Honda just fucking. I had my blinker on, and instead of slowing down or continuing to go the same speed that they were going, they hammer on the throttle, and I gotta wait to get over. It's annoying. Super annoying. Why would you switch lanes right at the fucking tow truck? You fucking dumb fuck. Oh shit. There's another fucking truck on the side of the road. This other little Honda behind me, he's just trying to weasel. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody else. He's just trying to weasel his way through traffic. Fuck you, Honda. Fuck Hondas today. The other thing I wanted to bring up, I know this is a long podcast already, but the other thing I wanted to bring up was there are two more things. I got to the landfill and I dumped, and as I got there, there was one of our new guys, Shaquille. His last name is not O'Neill. Um, Brand new guy. He used to work at one of the landfills around here, but he was just a dump driver or something. I don't know. So he's familiar with landfills, but he doesn't. I didn't realize that he didn't know how to like operate some machinery, like the roll off trucks and stuff. He's like, I got it on there. I'm like, yeah, you did a good job, dude. You got it on there. You got it tied down. Did a good job. But he was trying to dump, and I don't know. It seemed like he was afraid to lift up the box too high. And I'm like, dude, you lift that box as high as it fucking goes, and then, well, until the truck starts lifting out of the air, and then you lower it down a little bit, because then that means you got the tail end of your rails on the ground, and you don't want to be dragging your rails, so you lower it down a little bit, and then let the shit push you out from underneath it. Just trying to show him stuff. And then I was also trying to show him about the tarp on the door. I'm like, you know, this time, this is your first one you've ran, not a problem. But on your next one, flip up the tail of the tarp before you even load it on there. So, but he's kind of tall, so he could probably get it. But I'm like, I don't like working with my hands as far up as they go and on my tippy toes. I do not like to do shit like that. I like to have shit at a working level. And I don't want to be. This truck is not a jungle gym. Okay, I don't want to be climbing around the truck and shit. And that was a phone call from one of my operators. I don't even know what I was talking about. Anyways, the guy was at the landfill and he didn't really know how to run the roll off truck, but I got him figured out, and he did really good, and he's a pretty cool guy. Anyways, as I was leaving the landfill, I was like, I wonder what those guys did on that ER today. So I called up that guy on the ER, one of the guys out there, for the creek, the dog food in the creek deal. And I was like, hey, man, how's it going? He's like, pretty good. I'm like, all right. Well, I was just curious on how things went today. I'm just seeing if you guys were done or who you had out there and, how things went because I'm telling you, yesterday was chaotic. I was going to say hectic. Both are true. Uh, because I was told to go out there and then I was told not to go out there and then I was told to go out there and then I was told not to go out there. And it's just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, please, somebody just figure out the fuck I'm going to do. And, so I didn't know who all was going out there, but I know we have some guys over here. They tore down that building that I was talking about. That was a bunch of guys just getting, paid to do that. And, there's only one. And I mean, that's why I don't want to complain about the guy today because, yeah, I'm sure there was a bunch of guys at the shop today that were just standing around. We only have so much machinery and it's spread all throughout the entire shop, or not the shop, but like throughout Kansas City and other locations, that there's going to be a bunch of guys sitting around with nothing to do because there is nothing to do except for watch these excavators do some stuff and maybe move some shit around or something. I don't know. So I don't want to complain about that guy because if I start pointing fingers at him, I'm going to get fingers pointed at me, and that's not the only reason I don't want to do it. I think everybody needs to get some easy jobs every now and again, and he definitely had one today. Maybe he just had a bad day. That's what the guy on the phone was just saying. He's like, I think he had a bad day today. I'm like, I think so too. I don't know how it could have been a bad day. He got to play on TikTok all day. I don't know how that's a bad day. That seems like unbelievable that you can get paid as an operator on a job to sit and play on your phone. He's still there. He could be going up to 12 hours today, maybe even more. You never know. Anyways, so I talked to the one guy on the dog food job, and I'm like, all right, well, how'd your dumpster go? How'd that go? He's like, well, I thought you were calling me because you heard what happened to me. I'm like, what happened to you? He's like, well, I was in the skid steer, and I was, everybody had gotten out of the creek, and it was just me. I was just trying to make another pile to grab, just flattening some stuff out and making a pile. And I didn't realize how close I was to the fuck you, Ford. Fuck you, dude. He's like, I didn't realize how close I was to the edge of the creek. And I thought I had like 10 foot, and I backed up, and the skid steer fell off of like it's like an 8-foot drop. Fell off of the 8-foot drop and landed on its side. And he said he didn't get hurt or anything, but he shut it off as quickly as he could. And then they used the excavator to kind of right side it up and then get it drug up the hill, and then put on a trailer, and then they fired it up, and it did not want to. It fired up, but they said it didn't sound good. So I don't know. That sucks. And the boss of that job was complaining about that guy the day before. He was like, he's a dumb fuck. I don't want him on my job site, but I have to have him. But he's he's a pain in the ass. And now he fucking rolled the fucking skid steer. So interesting stuff. I think the skid steer's gonna be okay, but he did roll it, and that's not good. And we got close to, we almost got a guy injured. That's number one. Number two is we almost lost another piece of machinery, which would be not good also, but not as detrimental as losing a guy or something. So, yeah, all that's what happened. I didn't want to. I didn't want to have to, remember all this stuff for the next time I record. So I just decided to add it to the tail end of this episode. So keep all 18 down, and I'll see you later. Not see you, hear you. I won't hear you either. You'll hear me later. Bye.